All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Indianapolis Colts. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
That's a good shot. Good shot. Come on, come on.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. Oh, now he bowls him over. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a 1st down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. It's caught by Coleman, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now Wilson on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. Wilson. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
They go play action now. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Caught right side, Tate. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A good pickup there, a 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He's going to get it running right. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Now I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a second.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Derek Barnett in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. Third and 2. Now Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
This is fielded at the 27. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this one,
rush coming, and he's taken down. Leonard Floyd. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Let's go get it right here. Come on. Hey, we got it. We're waiting.
Now it's Wilson. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
and that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A first down carry here for Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second down, Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Third and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction. From the gun, it's Wilson. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Colts send out their punter. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And a nice gain at 21 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Coleman. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, Trubisky throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now it's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
4 down, 4 down. Set, 380.
Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And down to the 36-yard line here. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down.
Lock in, lock in.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Lock in, lock in.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And Daniels has it over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Colts on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. This is Howard on 2nd down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field,
and he'll be brought down by the Colts. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And another timeout taken by the Colts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. A give to Howard. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. The Colts on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Antonio Brown as time expires in the first half. And the Colts are in for 6. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, and maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They go play action with Wilson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. They'll try and run for it with Bell. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. A quick throw, but incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Here's Trubisky to throw. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Now Trubisky lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
But we were out of practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Dumping it off for Johnson. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. And Tate's got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. But pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Third and long, it's Wilson. Over the middle here to Brown. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A give left side to Howard. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 3rd down, Trubisky. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Trubisky now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They run with Howard. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. A Chicago 1st down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
And those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
they
don't
get
they?
a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Trubisky. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st and goal, Howard. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They come out here in the eye. He'll get it up the middle. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Lock in.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Parkey's kick is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And now running right through it. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game. And on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. They've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free than what they're trying to get done on offense.
So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Gardner. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Third and 2, now Wilson. And he connects with Ebron. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. And that one results in 35 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, That's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. On third down, Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And shutting him off, now open field. And all the way down to the 42. A huge play there on the screen pass. 41 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On second down, Trubisky. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And that pickup will be good for a first down. Give him 10 yards exactly on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll give it to him up the middle. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Try to punch it in with Howard. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jordan Howard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Underneath for Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Colts on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Now Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And he goes out right around the 39. So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job.
Okay, that was a fake punt, and it was successful. Throwing the football, I know you threw the football in your past off of a fake.
Yeah, but unsuccessful back in my high school days. Old Tim Jones dropped it, hit him right in the numbers. But I'll tell you what, these guys, they love this opportunity, don't they? A chance to get involved.
They certainly do, and many of them were quarterbacks or big-time players when they were in high school and college. So to get back doing what they did before, always fun.
Ebron caught left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Wilson to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Here's Wilson. Screenplay, Johnson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. The Colts send out their punter. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Trubisky to throw. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. They go counter with Howard, and he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. And another timeout taken by the Colts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 43. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sideline?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Throwing now is Wilson. Ebron with it over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Hey, you got your first down. Get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. I guess we can call that a welcome to the NFL moment right there, and he came in with open arms and knocked it through.
Yeah, how about that? It's almost surely a game winner, right? And, you know, rookie kickers, usually the leash is kind of short, isn't it? I think they went ahead and got that extended model for him now after making that kick.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off?
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for Indianapolis, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.